Today we're going to continue hearing evidence from Ms Dany Cotton.
For a second day at the inquiry, the former boss of the London Fire Brigade questioned on the time before Grenfell. During her first appearance at the inquiry 3 years ago, Dany Cotton said Grenfell was such an out-of-the-blue incident that she compared it to a spaceship landing on the Shard. But the evidence shown at the hearing repeatedly showed how the London Fire Brigade were aware of flammable cladding fires. This article about one in Dubai was seen by Ms Cotton a year before Grenfell. It even warns that people will die from them.
That there will be fatalities sooner or later.
So I remember watching the fire as it happened and, seeing how rapidly it spread. And then reading this, it was, very worrying. But the bit at the bottom was the bit that I believe that, everyone thought that British buildings complied with the fact that there would be no surface spread of flames.
And 3 years before Grenfell, more warnings, this time about flammable insulation. In an email dated March 2014, which was read by the bosses at the London Fire Brigade, it names Kingspan and Celotex as dangerous products. Both were later found on Grenfell. And essential training for firefighters to spot dangers was found to be lacking.
And instead, by the time of the Grenfell Tower fire nearly 2 years later, that training had simply not been rolled out to crews at all.
Yes, it would have been better for them to have had that information, I agree.
The hearing also focused on another deadly fire from 2009. 6 people died at Lakanal House in Camberwell, but an action plan to-do list to learn lessons from this fire were incorrectly marked as blue, as completed, when the actions hadn't been done at all.
You would agree, I assume, that as such, this was not just factually incorrect, but thoroughly misleading.
Absolutely.
Willie Thompson is a Grenfell survivor who watched today's evidence.
They knew what was on our building. They're saying they knew what was on our building. They knew that caught fire. They just couldn't do their job, which I think, had they been trained, they could have saved lives.
Dany Cotton will finish her evidence tomorrow. Rags Martel, ITV News, at the Grenfell inquiry.